Welcome everyone to video 4 of this video series. In this video, we'll be talking about a Tinkercad and its functions. We have gone over this briefly, but this time I'll be going into more detail than the last video. So to start off, we have the basic functions of Tinkercad. As we all know, right click is where you can move the angle of this specific area. Shift right click is where you can move the plane itself. Up here you have this little box thing that is labeled top, front, bottom, and then left, back, and then right. Yeah, this is right. So here, if you were to hover over this, you'll see like little highlighted areas. These are already preset angles that Tinkercad has offered to give us, so we don't have to, if we want to make it like directly in this angle, we don't have to like adjust by a bit. This is already preset for us. So this is quite useful when you're trying to make stuff in specific angles. Like if you want to go to the top, you don't have to angle it and then you have to move around this. Or if you want to directly go to the side, you can see it pretty easily. So, but for now, we'll be sticking to the top. Then we have Tinkercad's functions. So the group function up here, this button up here that's currently not highlighted, in order to make this work, you have to highlight two things. So you can either drag, like this, you see this little box, over to the two objects, or you can click on one and then shift click the other. So you can shift click them, and then to deselect one, you can shift click that one that you don't want to see. Let's just say if I bring three objects, I just want to, if I accidentally highlighted all these three, but we only want the cube and the sphere, we can just shift click the cylinder, and then now it won't be included in this. So what the group function does is that, let's just say if we want to move the sphere over here, but we also have to make sure the box is proportional or the same as it was here, so, or the same length, we can highlight these, shift click the cylinder because we don't want it. Then we can either do Control G or press this button up here. Now what it does, it makes these two items the same group now. It's like one whole shape now. Now you might be wondering, well, I want this to be blue and I want this to be red. So you can go up here in this little section, you can press multicolor, and now the original color of the two objects before it was grouped would be here, and now you can move it wherever you want. Next, we have, well, you can do anything here. Next, we have like dropping shapes. So like dropping shapes is basically pretty easy. You just drag and hold the shape wherever you want to put it. However, they will not come here preset. They will only have the preset like function or the size. But then if you want to adjust them accordingly, you would have to like click on them or highlight them, and then you have to use these little buttons here to like really maneuver them around. So we have, so up here we have this like up arrow. This is like to adjust how high it is, and then you can just click on one side a place on this object that is not one of these any of these like functions, and then you can move this anywhere around. Here you might see like some like arrow things. Here this is like to determine how far did you go from your original area. So let's just say my original area was here, and then I moved over here. They said that we went 32 millimeters to the right and then 31 millimeters down or frontwise from the original location. In this, we will have this boxes are like, you can adjust the size. The boxes adjust the size, and then they adjust the size in different ways. So this, like the corner ones, make sure you can adjust like both X and Y values. The top adjusts the Z value or how tall it is, and these only respectively only adjust one value, such as the Y or either the X. Here's the rotation. There are two rotations for each, or for this object specifically. There are three rotations for this object. First is a back and forth, so like this, you can rotate in this ways. So the thing about the rotation system is that the closer you are to the center, the more it locks. So if you're here, it locks onto every single 22.5 degrees, so that'd be 45, 67.5, and then 90. So this is good if you wanted to make like a 90-degree object to turn it only 90, or turn it like a full 180, like only 180. But if you want to go even smaller in the snaps, you can drag out a bit here. Here it will snap to one of these. I'll be able to snap to one of these. And then if you drag it out even further, it's just free. You can rotate as much as you want. Like there's no snapping. You can adjust it to here. You have this, and if you were to click on it, you're able to adjust the degrees by doing that. Or you can just press tab and put your number in. For now, we'll stay at 0. Same thing with here. So let's just highlight it. It's the same function here. Not much of difference, just at a different angle. And then we have this, and turn it around like that. Let's just say if you want to make this 20 centimeter or 20 millimeters by 20 by 20, we can easily just go like that. You can press tab, then you can type in your 20, press tab again, 20, and there you go. There's your 20 by 20. If I want to make this straight again, go like that. Yep. So now it's a bit slanted because of the degree, but that's fine. Alright, moving on. These are the basic functions of each thing. Make sure you have to like to be able to move multiple objects, highlight them, and then just click and hold on one of them, and then you can move them around. As you can see here, it shows how far you move from the original location, as the normal one would. Now, one thing that is quite important is scribbles. Scribbles are able for you to draw whatever you want. So like, let's just say if you want to draw like a flower or something, you drag the scribble here, and then up here you'll see your preview on the actual workspace, and then here's where you can draw whatever you want. So here you can let's just say if you want so reset that, edit scribble up here, and then here you can do whatever you want. So let's just say if you want to draw a flower or a U shape, draw a U shape. It will show up on here. Let's just say if you want to draw a face, so like water. Instead of scribbling all of this in, and sometimes it won't be perfect as you can see here, you can use one of these features. Here it's where like anything within the parameter will be like filled. So if you want to do that, say for parameters here, we can do something like this. We can cover the entire thing. Make sure you cover the black spots as well, because those will not be covered. Then you can do something like this, and then bam. And then you have this extra spot you can just cover over like this, and then you're done. So let's just say if you're trying to make a vase here, that would be perfect. Something like that, and then if you want to erase, you have the erase button. This will not be erasing strokes, but instead it will be erasing the actual thing, so you can highlight everything. Let's just say we want to get rid of this top part. You would have to highlight everything here. And all you need to do to erase is let go, and they'll cut off proportionally. Here, it's the same function as this button that you just saw before, but it's with the erase. So anything that's circled in black will be, or like grayish, will be erased. So this is good for like erasing big areas. So like let's just say if we were to draw this huge circle, or not circle, but like a bit of oval. If you want to erase the entire thing, you can't really like, let's just say if you want to erase half, because if you want to erase the entire thing, you can just press the clear button. But let's just redo this. With this button, it will take way too long because you have to highlight everything. And then if there's like just that little point, it won't even work properly. So instead, what I would do would be I would use this and then just cover the entire area that you want to erase. And then do that again until you're satisfied with what you've erased. So I don't want that little section. It's gone. So now it's a lot faster to erase things and stuff like that. There might be some outside, like I just saw over here. There might be some. This is the workspace for it. Then when you're done, just press the done button. and then the actual product will be on the Tinkercad. Now we can go into up here. So this is something you might have saw like in the beginning, or like whenever you drag a box or any object, you might see this. You might be wondering, oh, what is this for? So as we know, radius is just this. Steps is just how, like, I guess, uniform. So in this case, it wouldn't really make a difference, but like here, steps make quite a difference. So that's just how smooth you want it to be. So like you see these like little rims. The more steps you have, the more circular it gets, and the less steps here. It's pretty much a different like shape at this point. So if you want a sphere, make sure you move it up to steps. Here it doesn't really make anything, but the radius makes a huge difference here, because here you're able to make like little curves if you want to make like a curved cube, or you could just make a straight cube. You can make like this, but if you go too far, it just becomes a circle at this point. So these two are identical, but you'll never know that this is labeled a box and this is actually a sphere, because they look identical. Now inserting text. So text is something that you might want to do if you're trying to say label your project or something, or maybe you just want to write your name at the bottom of the project. This is something that's really useful. So click on text, and then there are many different fonts. Currently there are only like 4, but that's what Tinkercad offers, so we're just gonna go by that. And then segments, let's see. Segments don't really do anything in this, or I don't see it affects anything. My goal is bedroll, whatever you call it, is like makes them more like either like thicker or like more like skinny. And then here's would be your text. So if I were to say welcome, if I was to say welcome, it would print out on here. And let's just say if I want to make this my logo, or not a logo, just on the top, make it my logo. You can do something like this, and then you can just move it around. It works the same as a box or anything else, just that you can have text. So that's it for part 1 of this Tinkercad introduction. I'll have a part 2 in the next video, and see you guys then. Bye.